tier tree, and you skip turn evil, vengeance aura, because you're never gonna. Your auras are almost completely useless. You should take the auras completely out of the game. Auras are just garbage. Like, or the fact that you have to have a global in between them, and then each one of them almost does nothing. I mean, concentration. You should have both of them. There should be you should have both of them up at the same time. You should have the 3% damage reduction and concentration, and they should be off global. I mean, then they wouldn't need to be off global. But it's so dumb that these are off globals, are on global. So when you need an aura mastery, you can't. But anyways, you go into devotion aura and concentration aura over Swift Vengeance and legendary. Big Dan. Michi Baba with the good old fest tier 1 sub. And yeah, Ben. Police. I need a lot more than that and living in poverty. I go, depending on what comp you're playing, you play rep or blind with Windwalker DK, like I'm playing right now. With the South players who don't speak any English and can't even put together a sentence. Probably can't even walk and chew gum at the same time. Not probably, they can't. I would play Blinding Light versus most games, because you're not going to have a chance to get reps off, and you also have in-cap that DRs with your rep, so Blinding Light's usually better. I played Divine Steed, has 2 charge ES. I like 2 Mice Sprints. Mice Sprint! Run across the world and back like my Sane Bolt. Faster than a naked eye. Faster than the Galleon's Telescope. Obviously, always go into Rebuke, because there's always going to be something to kick. Holy Ass Chest increases your armor and crit strike by 4%. So that's really good. You want critical strike. That's your best stat. It's always been your best stat, even though Pallies are just specking into it now because they're awful and clueless. But crit's always been best stat. Avenging Wrath, obviously. You need wings. They make you spec into it. It's dumb. Echoing Blessings. Blessing of Freedom increases the target's movement speed by 15%. And Blessing of Protection and Blessing of Sacrifice reduces the target's damage taken by 15%. So Blessing of Sac should be 45% damage reduction. But it doesn't show up as that, which is weird. Blessing of Sacrifice, obviously you want to go into that. And then I obviously go into the Blessing of Sacrifice that reduces the cooldown of it by... So it's a 1 minute cooldown instead of a 2 minute cooldown, because you need sack. You should really just have 2 sacks. It would be... yeah, it would be way better if you had 2 sacks like you used to, but... you want Land Mice, reduces the cooldown on your Divine Shield and Divine Protection. It's really just for Divine Protection and Divine Shield. Having a way reduce cooldown on Divine Shield and Divine Protection by a lot. Haste increased by 4%. Haste is really your worst talent, but it's always good to have extra 4% haste. That's a decent amount of haste. And Judgment cooldown reduced by 1 second. Semi-decel. Touch of Light, this will be like your 8th or 9th heal. It actually does a semi-decel amount of healing, especially during long games. It'll proc and do a semi-decel amount. Healing an ally for 43,000. That's almost as much as like a Holy Shock. More than a Holy Shock, right? Yeah, double a Holy Shock's healing. That's disgusting. What the hell? So actually it'll do a semi-decel amount of healing. You don't want to go into this. It does absolutely nothing. You almost never use Hammer of Wrath. I thought these talents could have been good for a second, but Hammer of Wrath's on a 17-second cooldown, which I never realized. Which they changed. It used to be on a 6-second cooldown. So then I go into this, the Blessing of Dusk and Dawn. Increases your holy power spending abilities. Ever you use 3 anything that generates holy power, it'll give your next holy power spending ability a 30% increased damage and healing. And this will stack. So if I use this, use one more, this will stack to 2 stacks. So then I'll get what's it called? I'll get 60% increased healing on damage or healing. And this would even be better to use on a denounce. If you can denounce with 60% increased damage and also use this Taliant that increases your damage. Big damn! Titty Rick with the good old fast Twitch EP. Absolutely legendary. Does anybody know, if anybody's watching this video, it won't let me sign into my Streamlabs on my Streamlabs desktop OBS. How do I sign in? Because it won't update my subs or anything. On my OBS, I don't know why. It's blasphemy. It's treachery beyond belief. I can't figure out why. Let me make this a little bit smaller here. Make it like the mini mice. So if anybody can tell me that would help me a lot. Then we go to the Blessing of Fading Light. Blessing of Dawn increases the damage and healing of your next holy power spending ability by 10%. And Blessing of Dusk causes your holy power abilities to grant a 3% absorb shield. So whenever I use a WOG, it will grant me a 3% of the damage or healing done. So if it does like 60k healing, it does 3% of that, like a 5k absorb shield, which is pretty semi-decent seeing as you do use the WOG a lot. And the other thing is kind of useless. Blessing of Dust increases your armor by 10%. That doesn't really matter at all. And your holy power generating abilities, then you just use mana faster. This is more healing. Fading Light is way more healing. Big damn. And then you on the holy talent tree, you go into Glimmer. Obviously, you have to go into this. You're forced to go into Light of Dawn to get your mastery, and then this is really good. Increases your Holy Shock and Flash of Light, critical healing by 20%, and Holy Light. So that's really good. Your Flash of Light, increased healing by 15%. Now, this is sketchy one, Hand of Divinity and Divine Fave. I usually spec into Hand of Divinity, increases your next 2 Holy Lights by 80% and costs 50% mana and be instant cast. And it lasts for about 20 seconds. And so you can time it when you actually need healing. For Divine Fave, I feel like it's not enough healing and can be purged. And you can't get it off when you need it as much. But Divine Fave, it makes you like have a 1 second cast flash heal. And it's a 30-second cooldown. So it does have its uses. I think it could be maybe semi-deso into certain comps. It's hard to even say though. I haven't used it much because I think just Hand of Divinity is better versus almost everything. Just because of the way I use it. But it has potential to be good and do a bunch of different comps. Glistening Radiant Spinning Holy Power has a 25% chance to trigger Glimmer of Light. So whenever you use WOG, it has a chance to trigger your Glimmer healing, which your Glimmer healing is a lot of your healing because you're going to try to be having Glimmer on multiple targets, obviously, and that's why you take this one. Glimmer can affect 5 targets. The problem is Holy Shock takes so much mana, you don't want to use it on the DPS as much. You're pretty much only using it for healing. So a lot of the time on Forge, you're not going to be able to get the Glimmer on 5 targets besides when you're using your Divine Toll for Daybreak, because Daybreak's going to give you the 15,000 mana back. When you use Daybreak, you get 3,000 per Glimmer, so you're going to use Divine Toll to get 5 Glimmers up to Daybreak and get 15,000 mana back so you can be as mana efficient as possible. Divine Revelations, while you're empowered by an infusion of light, Flash of Light heals for 20% more, and Holy Light, maximum refund 0.5% of your mana. So you're obviously going to want to use that because when you have this up, your Flash of Light is completely free. You get free Flash of Light. So whenever I get a proc, now I get a free Flash of Light. It doesn't cost any mana. Then I go into Beacon of Faith. You want 2 it makes you have 2 beacons. Of course, it makes you heal a little bit less, but you want 2 beacons. There's the Daybreak. You obviously want to go into the Daybreak because that gives you the mana back. And when you have Daybreak, when you cast Daybreak, you use Daybreak, it shows up here. Then you get Holy Shock to cast 2 additional times. So you're almost always going to get a proc of Infusion of Light when you get that too. I'm in Q now. Then you want Rising Sun. That gives you the extra Daybreak cast. Then I go into Glorious Dawn instead of Sanctified Wrath. The Sanctified Wrath is completely useless. You almost never have wings up. Call upon the Light, becoming the Avatar of Retribution for 25 seconds. Is combines with Avenging Wrath. So only when you have Avenging Wrath up do you get that talent. I much rather have Glorious Dawn because Glorious Dawn has a chance to reset your Holy Shock and make it free cast. Make it 10% refund a charge when cast. Increasing by how many glimmers you have in your target. So it pairs with this. So if you have 5 glimmers up, then it's almost a 20% chance. Then you go into the Inflorescence of the Sunwell. That's the one that reduces the mana cost of your Flash of Light too. Reducing the mana cost of your Flash of Light even more. And then it pairs with the other talent. Then It pairs with this other talent, the Infusion Divine Revelations. And then you go into, you want a Tower of Radiance because it gives you the extra holy power. Whenever you cast a Holy Light, it gives you that holy power. You want Reclamation and Tyra's Deliverance and Boundless Salvation. Reclamation because it gives more mana back. Barrier of Faith is good, but you won't have enough. It's too much mana. And I gotta go now because the Maestro's in the game. Son of a sly SOB. And the Maestro never gives up. Damn, I didn't get to talk about everything because for some reason I had games. Free sack. No, he walled on top of my sack. That's so bad. Top myself wall. Maybe I was gonna have shields. This is really bad. Hodge. He intervened me here. It's kind of bad. Freed myself here. Pushing onto this guy. Topping myself. Topping us all. Gotta bait out the thing. He's gonna Tranquility. He roared me. Full Hodge. Topping us all. I can blind him. I'm running blind, right? Topping us all. He's gonna try to bash clone me now. Fuck. Or try to vortex me over here, maybe. Topping him here. It should be okay. Topping him. Topping him. They gave him free cog. God damn it. I'm gonna trinket this probably. Maybe not. Maybe he's okay here. It's a lot of damn, but I do have wings off this. Stop the reclones, bro. No. I have to use trinket full heal because you faked on sheer, bro. It's so bad. I should have just used full heal earlier. Big damn. He's trying to rep me now. That's really bad if he gets that. We shouldn't get it, though. Topping him here. I need to use these perfectly. Getting my cooldowns back. Topping him here. Trying to keep denounce on both these guys here. Big damn. Big damn. Big damn. Topping him, pre-sack the Stormbolt. Got it. Complete out by the Maestro. Coming out with a bit of shields. Topping him here. Jesus Christ. Dying through sack. Classic. Topping. Oh, he went underground. Not great. Shouldn't have went underground here, I don't think. Topping him. Denouncing this guy. I need to go Hodge this guy. Going to Hodge this guy here. Full Hodge on the self-play. Double Searing Glare of the Dispel. Really good for us. Topping him here. I'm running out of mana, though. I gotta be careful with my mana. I'll Daybreak again soon. Or I'll drink right now. Drinking for a second. Drinking. Getting my cooldown. He's gonna fear me now, maybe. Topping us all. Stormy beat me. He's gonna Hodge him. Nice. He grounded. I think he grounded the Hodge. Oh, Dispel. Dispel him instantly. Topping all Daybreak now. He walled again. Topping us all. This guy could die here, so I gotta be careful here. Topping him here. Topping him. I'm trying to be as Manificiante as possible. Denouncing this guy now. Almost have Daybreak back. He repped me full. That kind of sucks. He still has wall. This kind of sucks. I think he's okay here, though. Oh, if he sharpens him, though. I think we're okay. Topping him. Denouncing this guy here. Big damn. Topping him here. Wants to Hodge me. I could sack him, but he's Hodging me. Could try to rep me here, but the Pally's not on him, so I didn't want to pre-sack. I'll bop now. Topping him now. He feared me. Trem. Oh, he's too far to tremor me. Nice. Topping me. Topping him. Should be okay. Denouncing this guy now. Denouncing this guy. Big damn. Giving him 45% extra healing. Topping him. Wings now. Topping him. Got a double Searing Glare here soon. Double Searing Glare. Oh no, that's so unlucky. Wow. That's so unlucky. Topping him here. Sacking him high. Big damn. I can't get a proc this entire time. I'm gonna put my thing up here. Denouncing this guy here. We should be okay. Topping him here. Denouncing this guy now. Topping him. We're a little bit dry. I only have sack now. He's gonna Hodge it. Trigger Hodge him here. Big damn. Or Mastery 15% damage reduc. We're in pretty big trub here, though. Doing as much damage as possible. Popping that off him immediately. No, terrible wall, bro. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna use Daybreak here. Denouncing this guy here. We should be okay. Topping him here. That was such a bad wall. I don't know why he did that. He reacted way too quick. Big damn. Topping him here. Using Tyra's Deliverance now. Denouncing this guy here. He's coming to Hodge me now. Topping us all. Denouncing this guy now. Big damn! Stormy B. Oh no, I bugged out my heal on Fortnite. Nice, he knocked him. Good. Topping him here. Denouncing this guy right now. Big damn, Judge! Get fucked, bitch! Papalucci. Fee-armed those kids. Holy shit. Actually, fee-armed. I was doing so much damn. What the fuck? Papalucci. much damage was I doing? Oh my god! Maestro actually did unhealable, damn. I know, this game really should be part of the guide. Son of a bitch. Of course I accidentally fucking unsaved my fucking thing. I guess I could just keep going with the guide right now. Okay, so I'll keep going with the guide and then just make a highlight, yeah. So then, this right here, Reclamation. Holy Shock and Crusader Strike refund up to 15% of their mana cost. You're almost never going to be using Crusader Strike, but Holy Shock, obviously. And deal up to 50% more healing based on the target's missing health. And you're always going to be healing targets that are like 50% health. So it's going to be doing a lot more healing. Now, talking about the honor talents. Of course, they didn't really give us any good honor talents besides Denounce. And the Maestro uses Denounce perfectly. Denounce makes it so the target can't crit for 8 seconds. So you spam that on targets when you have your Holy Power, because guess what? They made WoG cost mana, which I didn't even know about. So they made WoG cost mana, which is absolute and utter garbage. So the only thing that doesn't cost mana, and the only other thing that you can even use with your Holy Power is Denounce. So you end up just having to spam Denounces. And Shining Righteousness is really good because it makes your Denounce deal more damage. On the first target that's struck, it does 26,000 more damage. Now, versus this comp, it's going to be harder for me to get Denounces off because they have a ranged kick and I'm going to be CC'd a lot of the game. But I still think it's probably better than Overflowing Light because I'm not going to get much use out of Overflowing Light because Overflowing Light, Glimmer Healing is consumed when he's full health. So if I just healed the same target twice by accident, which is annoying. I'm going to pre-sack on a pre-sack. No, I didn't get the pre-sack even though I called it out. He's going to ground. Oh, he scattered me. He still has a trap. Oh, he walled. Okay, I'm not going to... Okay, he missed his trap there. I'm going to Searing Glare this guy now. Take the kick, Searing Glare the guy on wings, which is really good for us.